Hi guys, welcome back to Spoon Feeding Profits. So today I want to share with you how to do research on eBay. The sold listings. You always hear me say that if you've watched my videos. Guys, do research, learn, expand your knowledge on brands and items to sell so that when you go out into the thrift stores in the garage sale, you can cast a wider net. You don't have to stick to one category, right? One section of the store. You can keep going out and learning stuff. But, I thought and I said, you know what? I didn't always know how to do this. I didn't always know about this. So I figure I'll make a video for if you're brand new and you keep hearing this stuff, but you don't know how to do research on eBay on how to expand your knowledge on brands, or even if you just want to learn about a new category. For example, you sell men's clothing only, but you want to learn about women's clothing, right? Or you want to do electronics, but you just don't know what to look for. I want to show you how to do that. There's two ways to do research. You can do it experientially when you're out there sourcing in the thrift stores or the garage sale. You can do it then, just getting a feel for an item. You kind of see that, man, this thing looks quality. Let me check it up really quick. You can do that. You can go that route because a lot of times you can tell from just feeling the fabric that it feels different. There's something different about this. Or sometimes just the tag. The tags can speak to you. And that's another thing. Maybe I'll do a video in the future about tags on clothing, because the higher end items, the tags are really different. They don't take the time to, or I shouldn't say they don't take the time, but they just don't stitch their tags on like other brands would. They kind of just tag them on there, right? Maybe I'll do a video and show you some different tags in the future, but that particular stuff like that, you can tell, uh-oh, this is good. Sometimes you don't even have to research those, especially if you're getting it really cheap. You just throw it in because you know they're going to sell. They're like high-end stuff. Or maybe it's not that. Maybe it's just the style of it. This stuff sells. Or maybe it's just the feel of the fabric. This stuff sells. But you don't know, that you're not familiar with that brand. So you want to do a quick research, right? And the way you do that quick research for me, for clothing, I just go to PreOwned. I go to the sold listings. I go to PreOwned. And I check the most recent sales. What are they selling for? And I also go to the highest to see what the highest one sold for, so I kind of get a median price range of what I can sell this for and see if it's something I want to take time with, right? Because for me, it's learning what price point you're selling at, and then I can see, is it hitting my price point? Sure, I can pick it up. It's worth my time, right? So there's that way of doing research. But the way I want to talk about it and the way I want to show you is actually coming on the eBay platform, which, speaks more volumes than anything else. I can say to you, hey, check out this brand. But when you come on eBay and you see that brand is selling, you know that, here it is. This is proof that that brand is selling. So let's get into the research, right? So what you want to do is just come on ebay.com, and in the search bar, for example, excuse me, for example, you want to learn, just so you don't know about women's blouse, right? You want to put in, just so you want to branch out into women's blouse, you want to put in women's blouse, okay? And you hit search. So there's going to be all types of stuff showing up. But what you're not interested in, what's active. You're not a buyer, you're a seller. So, who cares about what's active? You want to know what sells. That's what you're interested in. So you come down here and you, on the left side of the page, here at the bottom, you'll see sold listings. You want to click on sold listings. That's all you're interested in. But you want to know, you don't want to just see everything because you can be overwhelmed with all these listings. So what you want to do is, after you hit sold, you come up here and you hit pre-owned, because that's generally what you'll find in the thrift stores, right? So you click on the pre-owned tab, and pre-owned or used, sometimes it shows up as used, depends on the category, and sometimes it's pre-owned. So you hit sold, you hit pre-owned. Now you see here where it says price. right there, you put in the price point that you're looking for. What price point your average sale, what are you looking for? Some people, they do $20. They're happy with a $20 sale. For me, my price point now is around $40. Now, you don't start there. I remember when I first started eBay, just having a $5 profit was amazing. Just hearing ching, just just knowing that, man, I could sell items that I have, people want, that's crazy. So that kind of blew my mind. But after a while, you grow, and that's fine if that's where you are. If for capital, you don't have as much capital to do a lot of stuff, and you can get $5 here, $5 here, and you can eventually build on that, then awesome. I'm not saying anything about that. I'm just saying, after a while, after doing it for a while, you realize, you're spread really thin. There's so much going on in your life. You have family, you have different things. For me, I have family, I have ministry, I have reselling, and I don't just resell on Amazon. I have I don't just resell on eBay, I should say. I do Amazon as well, and I do merch by Amazon. And there's times for friends and hanging out and stuff. So, you don't want to cut back on those things because, the little things count. But so it's all about you knowing, how to use your time the best. And for me is, I can't buy a $5 item anymore. If I get tons of it, where I can buy it in bulk and I just have to create one listing and just whenever they sell, maybe I'll consider that. But you got to remember, you're taking time to buy it, you're taking time to list it, and then you're taking time to package it and ship it out. And you got to ask yourself, is this worth my time? Is this $5 or $4 profit worth all this time that I'm putting into this one item, right? So that determines for me what's the minimum I'm gonna sell an item for. Doesn't mean I don't ever sell a $20 item. Sure, sometimes I do that because I know it's a quick flip, but generally I try to stay around the $35 to $40 profit, or not profit necessarily, but sale range. So I'm making a minimum of $20, $25 on each sale, right? So that right here is, you're going to want to know what that is for you. So for example, if you're looking for women's blouse, you come in here and you put that price point. For me, $40. So I'll put 40 to say about 100. I want to see blouse that sells within that price range. And then I hit that arrow that pretty much says go, right? And here it's showing me only within that price range, blouse, women's blouse that sells. Now, there's certain blouse that, really high-end stuff, for women. We can talk about stuff like, oh my gosh, they're failing me now. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I was talking about really high-end brand names that sells for $200 and $300, but that's not what we're looking for. Because those stuff, you can find them, but you don't find them as often, right? Those really high-end brands, the Anthropology brands and stuff like that. So what you want to do is, you want to focus on stuff that you can find pretty much in the thrift stores on a regular basis. And that's why these price points are like 40 to 100, 20 to 80. Those are realistic, price points to look for. Now, you should educate yourself on the higher end brands as well. So whenever you come across it, you don't want to pass it up, right? So here we are, guys, in this women's blouse. So what you're going to look for in here is patterns, right? When I say patterns, not patterns of clothing, but brands that are selling on a regular basis. For example, we have Citron of Santa Monica. Here's another brand. Then we have another brand. So we're looking for something that shows up frequently. So far, this Issey Miyake top here, and here's another Issey Miyake. That's, I'm not saying that if you see these brands at the top, you can't pick it up. But I'm saying if you're a brand new seller and you're doing research, you want to look for these commonalities here, which tells you that this brand is selling. Here we go again, a third one. Issey Miyake. I didn't even know, honestly, making this video, that Issey Miyake has clothing. I know about their perfume, which I've used for years. I did not know they make clothing. So here you go. I just learned. I probably would have checked it up anyways because I know of the perfume, and you know, it goes for a decent, well, not goes for, I usually pay a lot for it. But so here, Issey Miyake. So this clearly tells you this is a brand to look for, because why? You're seeing it showing up on a regular basis, right? What you want to look for in when you're looking for brand names is what's called a thick listings or thin sold listings, right? Thin meaning you might see a brand show up, for example, Citron of Santa Monica. That might be a good brand to look for, but I'm just using this as an example. You might see this brand here, but you don't see it anywhere else, right? That may tell you that's in a thin. It's sold, but it's not something that generally sells. So it's something you might not want to pick up too often, or, I mean, if it's cheap, you'll pick it up. But if it's something you're looking to sell really, really fast, this brand might not be the way to go. Again, I'm not saying Citron of Santa Monica is not a good brand. I'm just using that as an example. But what Issey Miyake in this case, according to this eBay Souls, is telling you that this is on the thick side. It sells pretty frequently, right? And another thing, if you're doing quick research on your phone, you can check the dates on right there on the sold listings. You can see the dates when these items sells, so you can see how frequent it's selling. So you get an idea that, man, people are into this stuff, or people are not really buying this stuff. So it tells you if it's something to stay away from, or if it's something you want to give your time to. If you're willing to wait around for a few months maybe for it to sell, it all depends on your business model, right? So far we've seen Issey Miyake. Let me go back up a little bit. Issey Miyake, that is definitely one to go with. So if you're brand new, that would be a brand to go with if you were doing this research. St. John, not St. John's Bay. So there's a St. John's Sport, right? And there's just St. John. Anything St. John that is not St. John's Bay is usually on the higher end side. And you can do a quick research. Again, I'm not saying don't sell St. John's Bay, period. Okay? You can find money in almost pretty much everything. But if you're trying to stay around this price range, this is the way to go. Free People. This, I can tell you right off, is a fairly good brand to sell. But I'm just coming at this as if I'm brand new seller. What do I look for? I look for commonalities. Like this, Johnny Was. I've seen it before somewhere up here. Hold on. I've seen Johnny. Okay, see right here? So that tells me, there we go. Johnny Was there. And we have Johnny Was down here again. That's another brand to look out for. So you get the gist, right? I'm not going to go through a whole lot, but that's pretty much how you do research. It's all over here on the left-hand side, right? You put in sold listings, because that's all you're interested in, the solds. You put pre-owned, and you put your price point, and you hit this arrow, and it goes. Now, we can change this to men's dress shirts, right? And I think when you put in another category though, you have to come back over here and hit pre-owned. Yep, this one is, you have to hit pre-owned again. But everything else remains the same, the price point. All right, so here we are in men's dress shirts. Again, you know, if you're talking about like Versace or Tom Ford or Keaton, Henry Poole, one of these brands that are really high end that you'll pay hundreds of dollars for, that's not what we're looking for. Should you be familiar with some of those high end brands? Sure, because you might see them at an estate sale or somewhere, and you know, you should be able to know right away, man, you know, score, right? And pull it off the shelf. But again, we're looking at stuff that we can find on a regular basis in the thrift store. And same thing follows. You put in your stuff on the side, and you come here and you see what is showing up pretty often. So here we have Eton. Eton is a great brand, I can tell you that firsthand. But we're coming at this as a brand new seller, right? Thomas Pink. I just sold a Thomas Pink shirt. Turnbull and Asser. Charles Terwaite, another great brand. but you're looking for commonalities, right? Here we go, Turnbull and Astor again. So that's, so far, that's the one we see that's Turnbull and Astor there, yep. Turnbull and Astor, 2. Gucci, that's automatic. As long as it's authentic, it's automatic. Turnbull and Astor again. So as a new seller, guess what? You're seeing Turnbull and Astor sells, and it sells for over $40. So that's a brand you want to take note of, right? You want to commit it to memory or write it down until you commit it to memory. Stefano Ricci, Jean-Paul Gaultier, I think. Brooks Brothers, you know, again, you're looking for commonalities. Brioni, great brand. Burberry Brit. Burberry Brit again. So there you see some commonality right there. Ralph Lauren. Well, Ralph Lauren, you know, it's a pretty good brand. Turnbull and Astor showing up again. So, you know, if I was brand new looking at this, Turnbull and Astor would definitely be a brand to commit to memory, right? Even Burberry Brit, because I've seen that a few times. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for patterns of brands that sells pretty frequently, right? You can even commit the other ones that you see sold for high prices to memory as well. But, you know, there's only so much your brain can take one day. I'd say go on the maybe 2 or 3 brands every time you do these research. And you know what? If you're trying to grow exponentially, if you're trying to grow like really fast pace your knowledge and your sales and all that, this should be part of your eBay process every day. Coming on here and doing even a 20 minutes, 50 minutes, 10 minutes, however time you have, doing a quick search and learning a new brand, whether it's men's shirts or it's electronics, you know, learn a new model of electronics. Sony camcorder. What sells for Sony camcorder? Pre-owned. This model sells pretty well. You know, and you check that up and you start adding to your arsenal. So when you go out, you cast this wide net, you're more likely to come back with items. You know, there are times you go to garage sales or you go to a thrift store and you come out empty-handed. It has happened. But when you keep adding to your knowledge and the more brands you know, it's less likely to happen. There's always going to be something that you see, right? So I just wanted to share that for those of you that might be brand new and you keep hearing about research the souls, right? You can do this on your phone as well, but obviously your phone is just a little bit different. But it's pretty much the same thing, you know, just check it out. And yeah. So guys, I don't want to keep you much longer, but thank you for checking out Spoon Feeding Profits. I hope this video helps in some way. So yeah, so you can learn more, and when you go out there, you can actually source more. All right? Subscribe if you like the content. Have a good day.